So Raksha Bandhan, Ganesh Chaturthi, these, of course, when the Vedas and all of that was written, these festivals weren't there. And I'm sure there's many others which have been made up during time,
Yeah.
right? Now, I would say they are bona fide Sanatan Dharma
Yeah.
festivals. But what defines that? You know, if I say that or you say that, I think you have mentioned this before as well. What defines something to be a bona fide Sanatan Dharma festival?
Sure. And that is honestly the $1 billion question, isn't it? You That's, I would say, the overall purpose of our life is to discover what dharma actually is for you and me, and at a larger scale as well. But I think the verse that I referenced before with Manu gives a fairly clear idea in terms of looking at um, sort of the philosophy behind something like Raksha Bandhan, and the philosophy being, the bond between siblings, or the impulse of protection between siblings, particularly from a brother towards a sister. Um, that holds true with the Vedas on so many levels, and with the Smritis as well. So there is a clear connection between the ideology or the idea behind Raksha Bandhan and the ideas that are espoused in our Puranas, or even in the Mahabharata and Ramayana, this idea of brothers protecting sisters, or siblings protecting each other, at a more foundational level. So Raksha Bandhan can be thought of just as a more modern interpretation or manifestation of that same impulse, and that same um, and that same sort of sentiment. And so the sentiment is bona fide, the impulse is bona fide, and the manifestation of it is certainly not harming anybody, although the pockets of some brothers might be a little lighter at the end, but it's by and large, it's not harming, it's not harming anybody. So it's I would say that helps me see that, okay, this is most likely a very bona fide ritual, or a bona fide festival, and we should be celebrating it with gusto. Same with Ganesh Chaturthi. You see the source of where it's coming from, and it's coming from an aspect of using Ganesh ji's love and Ganesh ji's bhakti to get people together. It is a new way of showing your gratitude and devotion to Ganesh ji, and that bhakti impulse is definitely bona fide. The impulse of bhakti in through loka sangra and through coming together of people, that is also bona fide, and referenced in many places. So that impulse is bona fide as well, and 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 therefore Ganesh Chaturthi can be thought of as just as a modern manifestation of that. So I would, in very practical terms, taking what Manusmriti says about this, and applying it to just everyday activities and parlance, if it fits in with the broader philosophy of the Vedas, if it fits in with the sentiment and the intuitive nature of the intuitive understanding that people will have of dharma and shastras, and if it's approved by and coming from authentic sources. So for me, the authentic sources would be leaders of our sampradayas, leaders of our temples, our mathas. If they are, after their years and years of study, if they feel that these festivals are not against or not contradictory to the Vedas, then for me that would be that would be a completely bona fide expression of our civilization and dharma. Yes.
Perfect.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.